Health savings accounts have been gathering momentum as more healthcare costs shift to our shoulders. Our next guest says the coming expansion is good, especially for younger Americans. Kevin McKechnie is the executive director of the American Bankers Association's HSA Council. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Mary. Thanks for having me.
It's nice to have you with us. We've got all these letters swirling around. HSA, ACA. Yes. So would you connect for us the role of health savings accounts in the Affordable Care Act? What's the connection?
Happily, first of all, health savings accounts are like 401ks for your health care. They're a savings account which is tax advantage, and it's paired with a high deductible health plan, HSA qualifying plan, which becomes major medical insurance. And their role in the Affordable Care Act has been almost like a lifeboat for all the people fleeing much higher premiums as a result of the mandates and other things the ACA requires. And so HSAs predate the Affordable Care Act. They were growing since 2004. They grow at about 22% a year precisely because they're the most affordable option.
Yeah, I remember when we started getting them here at work, and it was like, well, now wait a minute, what is this thing?
Sure.
And now that's been years ago now, we kind of get it. But there are some proposals that do exist to expand the use of HSAs. Like what?
Dr. Price is President-elect Trump's nominee for Secretary of Health and Human Services. He has long had a bill that looks a lot like a replacement for the Affordable Care Act, and as of last night's debate in the Senate, that's the talk of the town. It would expand the uses of HSAs and allow people previously disqualified from having that kind of insurance to have an HSA qualified plan. And remember, it's the only plan in America that lets you save over time tax-free for your future health care needs.
I want to talk about somebody else in the President-elect's, one of his nominees, Secretary of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Dr. Ben Carson. You know, a lot of people pay attention to what he says, obviously, because of what he did professionally for so long. What does he say about HSAs? What do you know about his take?
On the campaign trail, he said that every American should have one. There's a lot of merit to that thinking because, of course, he located the responsibility for your health care with you first. The debate about how to pay for health insurance over the account becomes a lot simpler because everyone knows the most expensive dollar to insure is the first dollar of the cost you incur in a year. And so our friend, the neurosurgeon from Johns Hopkins, was onto something. And I think when the replace debate actually starts unfolding over the next month and perhaps over the next few months, Dr. Carson's ideas will be fully embraced. Dr. Price will do the same, which is to say, expand the uses for HSAs so that more people have them, thus taking the pressure off all of our government programs like Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, S-CHIP. These are all places where we think HSAs can be of tremendous help. And we're encouraging both parties in Congress to look at them. And
so is that why you're joining us here today, because we're in the throes of this debate?
Yes.
But what do you think about younger Americans? Why do you feel like they're on point to benefit most, perhaps?
Sure. You have a problem if you're part of the millennial generation. First of all, you're the biggest generation in American history. And your problem is you've never been in more debt, and you're using money that's got the same buying power as money that was around during the Carter administration. And so how do you plan for a future where you think that Medicare may not be there for you and where the insurance products you're being offered are so expensive? Well, you need a plan that's going to let you save over time like a 401k. And consider this. Fidelity Investment says that today, a husband and wife that retired now need about $270,000 to pay for the things Medicare doesn't. So this is the only plan in America that lets you save. A younger person who started now may actually have a shot at being able to pay for their retirement health care needs. Almost no one else will unless we see change.
That's the sort of figure that makes your stomach turn. A little sobering.
It absolutely
Good morning,
does.
everybody. Give us a website, Kevin, if you would, so our viewers can follow up online if they'd like.
I hope you come visit us at aba.com. Look for the HSA Council, which I steward. We'd be happy to help anyone that comes, and we look forward to talking with you again.
Kevin, thanks for the time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, a star-studded show.